Asia racing to secure and sustain its energy supplies as the conflict in the Middle East nears the one-month mark. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim addressed the nation this evening, announcing a safe passage of its vessels through the Strait of Hormuz, as well as other measures to ensure enough energy supplies for the country. And Mr. Anwar says the government is taking a more comprehensive approach to ensure supply while managing demand in what he calls a more prudent and cautious manner.
Kita terpaksa tangani kerana kesan daripada sekatan di Selat Hormuz, kemudian peperangan, bekalan minyak dan gas yang terhenti, semua ada kesan kepada kita, walaupun sekali lagi saya katakan kita dalam keadaan yang jauh lebih baik kerana keupayaan Petronas.
Now, CNA senior correspondent Melissa Goh joining us live from Kuala Lumpur. Mel, Mr. Anwar talked about a comprehensive set of measures. Tell us more about these latest steps.
Hi, Jill. Well, although Malaysia is an oil and gas producer, in recent years, it's become a net oil importer because while Malaysia exports lots of crude oil, it imports much of its refined oil products. So Malaysia is impacted too by the supply chain disruptions due to the closure of Strait of Hormuz, from fuel to fertilizers and animal feed as well. Now, the country is trying to diversify, source them elsewhere, but it's easier said than done. But the government is committed to continue the huge fuel subsidy that's ballooned from 700 million ringgit to over 3.2 billion ringgit. That's over 800 million US dollars a month, so that motorists can continue to enjoy petrol at 1 ringgit 99 cent a litre, and that's less than 50 US cents a litre, which is among the cheapest in the region. But Prime Minister Anwar said some adjustments will have to be made starting from April 1st. The government is cutting the monthly limit entitled from 300 litres to 200 litres per motorist, and capping the usage of diesel as well, that's heavily subsidized in East Malaysian state of Sabah and Sarawak, to try and conserve energy usage and put a lid on these runaway fuel subsidies. Also, Prime Minister Anwar has also tasked authorities to tighten enforcement to prevent smuggling and misuse of subsidies with hefty fine and even jail term. This, he said, it's the responsibility of everyone. And lastly, he's urged the private sector, the banks and so on to implement work from home policy in a bid to lower energy usage.
Now, significantly, Mr. Anwar announced that Malaysian vessels have secured safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, this is after speaking to the Middle Eastern leadership. What more do we know about the conversation with them?
Well, in the past week, Prime Minister Anwar himself, has said that he has spoken with lots of leaders from the Middle East, as well as leaders from Gulf states, from Iranian president to Egypt, as well as Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. You have spoken with him 3 times, he said, so far. But it's difficult. They're trying to come up with ways to trying to resolve the conflict, at least prevent it from escalating further, that has spread to other countries in the region. Now, he said it's easier said than done. It's not easy because the Iranian president said they simply couldn't trust US anymore. They have spoken, they have negotiated, but each time they were tricked. So there was no trust at all for negotiation to take place. However, he said he managed to secure some assurance from Iran that shipments to Malaysia, be it the oil or the people on board, will be given safe passage. Now, this comes as good news, and he's thankful to the people. Now, Malaysia is home to a big diaspora of Iranian. At its peak in 2010, 2012, there were more than 100,000 Iranians living in Malaysia, and they are hoping that the government can do more. But really, ASEAN as a whole, Prime Minister Anwar said, should come together and speak out loud in one voice to try to get the world leaders to listen and try to put an end to this protracted conflict.
All right, we very much appreciate that, Melissa Goh, reporting live there from Kuala Lumpur.